Hi, and welcome to Aiken Adventures.
Today we're taking you to Fort Pierce, Florida.
And if you're just now joining us on Aiken Adventures, we're taking you to do all the best things and all the best places all around Florida.
If you like that kind of content, then you want to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications for more of our adventures around Florida. Our first stop this morning is right in the middle of downtown Fort Pierce.
In downtown Fort Pierce, you can grab a bite to eat.
They just put a new restaurant in a couple months ago. Well, maybe about a year ago now. It's hard to keep track of the time. But it's called Krabby's Seafood and it's right on the water. We actually haven't been there before, but we've heard some pretty good reviews.
For breakfast this morning, we're heading over to the Sunrise Cafe. Okay, so I got the sunrise skillet, and looks tasty. Is that sausage?
And I just got a bacon and egg sandwich on an everything bagel. Looks tasty.
In downtown Fort Pierce, you can take a walk along the scenic Indian River Lagoon.
Every Saturday morning starting at 8 a.m., lots of vendors fill this area and they do a farmer's market. So they do all kinds of snacks and acai bowls, and they do homemade apple fritters and donuts. They also have a section for arts and crafts where you can buy jewelry and dresses and hats. They have all kinds of stuff. But if you're here on a weekend, you definitely want to check that out.
You'll also find the historic Sunrise Theater. The Sunrise Theater was built in the 1920s, and when it was built, it was the largest stage between Jacksonville and Miami on the eastern coast in Florida. Right behind me, the Peacock building is the oldest continually operating commercial building between St. Augustine and Key West, Florida.
So if you come to Fort Pierce, you have to try Old Florida Coffee Company. The coffee is excellent. I think everything's brewed here and everything's roasted here. They also do crepes and they have a little store, but it's excellent. You have to come try it. It's in the middle of downtown. Is it good? It's really good. I got the Old Florida House Blend iced coffee with a little bit of hazelnut in it, and they even spelled my name right, so props to them.
There's also a really great fishing pier, and it's called Melody Lane because each of the benches have different musical elements on the side. Now, just a little ways north of historic downtown Fort Pierce, neatly in a row, are the A.E. Backus Museum and Gallery, the historic House of Seven Gables, and the Manatee Center.
Vivian, what's that?
Manatee.
You give him a huggy?
We're gonna go up to the observation deck and see if we can see some manatees. Never seen any manatees when I've come here, but the views are pretty cool. There's some fish down there.
Well, no manatees this time. Maybe next time. The next stop on our list is Museum Point Park.
At Museum Point Park, you'll find a small aquarium. There are 6 ecosystems represented at the aquarium. The largest display is for the Caribbean coral reef. Do you see the crab? See him way back there? She just put some food in for him. It's his lunchtime. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, wow, that's crazy. He's gobbling up his lunch. He's gobbling up his lunch. There's also a small history museum located at Museum Point Park as well. Because of a hurricane, there was a shipwreck off of the coast of Florida, and that the crash of that Spanish ship resulted in treasure being scattered all up and down what is now known as the Florida Treasure Coast. So right beside of me is the model of what actually was Fort Pierce. And Vivian's favorite thing, of course, is the playground.
This is such a beautiful playground. It's in such a nice setting. You can see all the water. You can see the boats from it. It's really, really nice.
After a brief drive to North Hutchinson Island, the next stop on our list is the U.S. National Navy SEAL Museum. There's a great Groupon deal that's available for this particular location. It's $16 for 2 adults or $32 for a family of 4. We put a link in the description below.
Right when you walk in, there's a section about the World Trade Center and 9/11 and how the Navy SEALs were involved in that. It's really interesting to watch the video, but they also have some artifacts from the World Trade Center, such as a part of the steel beam.
Each of these displays have a QR code located in front of them. You just scan it real quick and they'll give you a pop-up on your smartphone so that you can read all about what's located inside of the display. There are lots of different things hanging from the ceilings as a part of the displays as well, so be sure to look up. This next section is about taking out Osama bin Laden. In this exhibit, you can climb aboard a Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter. There's also a whole section dedicated to Korea and Vietnam.
I love looking at all the different gear and things like that that they wore.
And finally, a section about World War II. The World War II gallery tells about the beginnings of naval special warfare during World War II.
This right here is really interesting to me. This teaches you how to tie and untie knots.
After that, the exhibits continue outside.
So this was a swimmer delivery submarine, and it launched torpedoes and delivered gear, and 2 men, it says, would drive it. But I'm looking at this thing wondering how they didn't die of claustrophobia, because it's pretty small, and having this thing underwater makes me a little nervous just looking at it.
Throughout the outdoor exhibits, you'll find a number of special boats, many of which you can climb aboard to get a closer look. This Mark V Special Operations craft is more than 82 feet long and weighs more than 52 tons.
They get contacted on the beach and they're taking effective fire. Ready for it. Is everything up here? Let's close the first one.
You can try. Okay. There's also an obstacle course that you can do, which obviously we're not gonna do that today because it's about 104 degrees, but it looks like fun if you're interested in that.
The on-site memorial is the only memorial solely dedicated to remembering Navy SEALs and frogmen.
Wave.
The National Navy SEAL Museum is located within Pepper Park. So nearby is a playground, and right behind these trees is what we consider to be the best beach in all of Fort Pierce.
Occupying the lunchtime spot on our list is Dale's Barbecue.
Now we got here at Dale's just shortly after it has opened, but usually when you come at the lunch hour, it is super busy, jam-packed with people from all over Fort Pierce. And Dale's is kind of like the Fort Pierce barbecue institution.
So I got the pulled pork lunch sandwich special, and I usually get the small, but I got the large this time so that Vivian can share it with me. But you get some french fries, and you also either get the baked beans or the coleslaw, and we got the coleslaw today.
All right, it's the middle of the day, and we are at one of our favorite places in all of Fort Pierce.
Nelson's Family Farms. So Nelson's has so much more than just fruit and vegetables. They actually have a whole section of coffee and cheese and different crackers and homemade breads. They have so much stuff, jams, jellies, you name it, they got it. This is my favorite section of Nelson's. It's a whole room of homemade jellies, jams, and honeys. Oh, they have apple butter. If you've never had homemade apple butter, you're missing out.
One of my favorite things about Nelson's is that they have a tremendous selection of tropical plants. When in Fort Pierce, you've got to get some Natalie's orange juice. It's our favorite, and it's locally bottled. And so this is Natalie's orange juice, and I got the orange pineapple, and Vivian got the orange mango. And on the north end of town, enjoy Al's Family Farms. You can purchase local citrus or other homemade products. Take a tour of the citrus packing house. Or grab a quick bite to eat at the Red Barn Grill. For our next stop, we are at the White City Park, which is just down the road from Nelson's. There's a great playground here.
So if you come here at the right time of day or the right time of year, you can see alligators here. Almost every time that we've been here, we've seen a couple of alligators out in the swampy area and out in the water. And so if that's what you're looking for, you're probably gonna find it. Now it's really hot right now at this time of day that we're here, so I don't see any, but that doesn't mean they're not here. They're just hiding. These alligators are smart. Even they know not to come out in the middle of the day of the Florida heat.
Next up on our list, we also recommend that you check out Heathcote Garden. Heathcote Botanical Gardens has had a presence in Fort Pierce since the 1960s. Among the collections of plants, you'll find many native Florida species and a number of exotic varieties. One of my favorite things to check out at Heathcote is the bonsai gallery. For our next stop, we're heading over to the Jetty Park, and near the Jetty Park, there are a couple places to eat. There's a new place that was just put in. We haven't been there before, but there's Taco Dive, and I went there on a previous occasion, and it was delicious. Today, though, we're heading over to Hurricane Grill and Wings.
I got the Hurricane chicken salad. So it looks pretty good. It's got some blue cheese, some bacon, all the good things that salad should have.
I got some salad too, and I got
What's this?
some sandwich.
These are garlic parm fries, and I got a bunless burger. So now we're gonna take a walk out to the jetty. It is so nice today.
Jetty's a really great place where you can come take a walk, sit in a swing, and just enjoy the views. Sometimes if you come at the right time, you can see manatees and even some dolphins.
So there's one last thing that we have to do in our visit to Fort Pierce today. We've been looking for these guys all day long, but we finally found some. Just west of US 1 in Fort Pierce is the Peacock Arts District. Now there's some beautiful murals on many of the walls, but the reason that it's named that is not just because of the art, but also because of the peacocks. It's just so fascinating to me that they just roam wild up here. Now sometimes they get in the road and they kind of walk around in the streets.
Yeah, they just walk out in the middle of the streets, and so if you've never been here before, that kind of takes you off guard. You're like, is that a peacock? Yes, it is.
But there are several lots around here that seems like they're the only thing to occupy the property. If you've enjoyed this video, then we invite you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon, as you follow us for all of our adventures around the world.